Hello everyone and welcome to our weather update on Saturday the 18th of April 2026. We are over halfway now through spring. That is from March 1st to May 31st, but obviously you can have spring whenever you want it. So this week has been quite changeable. So quite changeable overall. Some bright spells, some showers, and some clouds and some rain. It's all been in there this week. We've been quite a strong westerly airflow. This morning we've got showers packing in on a cooler northwesterly regime, but we have an area of high pressure to our south, and that will be gradually ridging northwards over the coming days. And next week will be drier, but temperatures will remain on the cooler side because of the placement of the high. Right, so moving on to our high res. This morning we have showers packing into our western and northern coasts. Elsewhere it's quite dry. And through the day, well, showers will penetrate further inland. So Ireland, Scotland, Northern England, Wales, seeing showers quite widely today. Some heavy ones are possible in there. Now tonight we'll see showers fading away and skies will turn much clearer from the northwest. So it'll be quite a cold night, some frost in places. Tomorrow, Sunday, then, will be quite a nice day, but due to cold air aloft and the sun heating the ground, cloud will start to form through the morning. Now, high pressure does mean by this point that there won't be enough instability to form showers. So we see a lot of cumulus and stratocumulus clouds in the sky tomorrow, so like these flat lumpy clouds that will just give some cloudier periods for a time in places. Tomorrow a few showers are possible, but largely dry due to the reduced instability from the high pressure coming in. So into Sunday night, skies will clear once again away from the east coast of England and Scotland, where we'll see cloudier conditions and some patches of rain pushing in from the North Sea. Now, this is because the wind will be shifting into a more easterly flow into Monday. So we'll see quite a cooler day on Monday, I think. Bright with some cloud and sunshine. Showers for parts of eastern England, up towards Scotland. Some could be a bit heavy with hail. On that easterly airflow on Monday. And then clouds just break up a bit more widely into the evening. Now, into Tuesday, we see a similar regime, really. Some clouds and showers on that easterly airflow. Quite gusty at times as well, quite chilly. So it will feel quite cool in the breeze. Some quite heavy showers are possible for a time in parts of Ireland on Tuesday afternoon. Now, skies are clearing as well from the east as we go into the evening, as we will be seeing some more stable air pushing in and the upper air temperatures starting to rise. So we see a more typical spring-like easterly to southeasterly regime by Tuesday evening. Now Wednesday, we'll see a rise in temperatures as the wind does back a bit more southerly, as the high pressure changes position just subtly, but that will mean a big difference to our temperatures and the feel of the air and its stability too. You can see by lunchtime Wednesday, there are no cumulus clouds on the map. That means that we've got stable air, so no showers, no clouds, apart from high clouds, possibly in parts of like Ireland, especially down in the south. Well, and that's where we might see some rain at times. And in Scotland, possibly some sea fog or low clouds off the sea. Now into Wednesday evening, overnight into Thursday, well, the same regime does persist, but possibly some more low clouds drifting in off the North Sea into many areas of Scotland, at least east of the Highlands, and northern England away from the west coast, down into parts of the Midlands too. And Thursday will be probably quite a mild and bright day. Right, so this is our temperature forecast from the UKB, so you can see what's happening. Today will be quite a About average really. So about 10 to 13 in Ireland, and about like 11 to possibly 16 or 17 Celsius in the far southeast of England. So into tonight, temperatures will plummet due to clear skies, and tomorrow Sunday, well, because of quite a chilly start, quite cool air masses, and the clouds building through the day, temperatures will be lower than those today, about 9 to 14 or 15 Celsius. That's 15 locally in the south of England. Now, Sunday night, we'll see temperatures lowering once again, be a cold night on that easterly breeze. And Monday itself, well, again, easterly winds, quite chilly. The air is coming in from a more of a northeasterly than easterly itself, so like more north of east. I'll show you once we get into the chart data. But you can see temperatures about like 8 or 9 in the northeast, up to about 12 or 13 Celsius in the west and southwest. Monday night, well, temperatures once again lowering, not as cold as they'll be tonight and tomorrow night because of a strengthening winds. And Tuesday itself will be, again, not that exciting, about 9 to 13 degrees, and feeling cooler as well on that easterly airflow. We see a colder night again into Wednesday morning due to some quite clear skies, I think, overnight Tuesday. So frosty in places. Now Wednesday itself should be a milder day. Yeah, so we see it there, especially in South Wales and Southwest England, into parts of the Midlands and parts of Ireland as well. Temperatures quite cold on the North Sea coast still. But yeah, it's starting to get a bit less cold. As we go into Thursday morning, well, the wind might be starting to shift into, I did mention this earlier, but you notice how we see this low cloud over the North Sea starts to come southwestwards into parts of Scotland and England. The wind there might be shifting again into a more, it is. So Wednesday, so Tuesday, it's actually quite worth looking at these winds actually. So Sunday and Monday, slack winds, but we do see the winds starting to move into the east by Tuesday, and you see that they're more north of east, so it's quite a cold air mass, chilly. Now Wednesday, the wind, does it go more? Yeah, it does. So while out here to our northeast, the arrows are still coming in from like the north over Ireland and the UK. They're starting to get a bit more flat from the east, and that means that while the air might still be coming in from quite a cold, chilly source, they have more heating time over land. And also I think this is also just a pocket of naturally less cold air. I'll show you later on the temperature profile. And yeah, so what I'm saying is a pocket of less cold air, less chilly air. I was hoping that these charts would be a bit more indicative of a shift in direction of the wind, but it doesn't appear that way. But I'll show you later on in the charts that it'll all make sense, I promise. It's sort of falling apart now, but whatever, let's keep going. So anyway, where are we? Yeah, a bit chilly into Thursday, maybe some cooler air starting to come back in. Anyway, so GFS. Hopefully these charts will be more clear. Right, so look, this area of low pressure is clearing away. We're seeing high pressure moving in, and this will be ridging over us and to our north by Monday, right? So this brings in quite a chilly wind from the northeast. So yeah, upper air temperatures today are quite chilly, and they don't really warm up at all over the weekend. So quite chilly nights, coolish days, easterly winds comes through on Monday. You see what happens here. High pressure strengthens to our north, and it strengthens that easterly flow into Tuesday. Again, upper temperatures are chilly, but notice that just to our south there is really quite a warm plume of air. We know Spain, Iberia, into France are seeing really quite high temperatures there, aloft and definitely on the surface. Now, into Wednesday, what happens is that the high pressure, it changes positions quite slightly, but it does mean that the wind is, well, still coming around the high pressure from like Scandinavia down to Europe, is tapping into a bit of that warmer plume, that very northern edge of it, and sending it up into parts of like southern England. So upper temperatures in that way do lift, combined with a naturally less cold area as well coming down on that northerly airflow into Scandinavia, and we also bring up that plume from the south, and we see Wednesday being like a milder day in the end, with temperatures aloft getting up to 5 degrees in parts of the south. So it's a very, very subtle change in that orientation of systems, but it does allow us to tap in to some like milder air on Wednesday. It's so subtle because in spring, spring's a very, very turbulent. It's so it's so mutable. I'm not sure that's the word. It's so changeable because wind direction basically makes all the difference. We're in islands, right? We're islands, so we are exposed to full influence from each element that's added in to our atmosphere. So like that's wind flow, like upper temperatures in the springtime, all the difference because the air masses around us are just so contrasting. We have these again cold air masses are still to our north, but growing warm air masses also exist to our south. Yeah. So yeah, wind direction, upper temperature can just make like a big difference at this time of year, as we're all very well aware. So into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, Thursday might be starting to bring in again a more cooler. Yeah, so we're starting to lose a bit of that warmth and possibly drag in some cooler air again from the northeast into Thursday and Friday as the high pressure pushes further northwards up towards Greenland and Canada. Well, not that bad into the weekend. Temperatures starting to lower, quite cold air starting to threaten Scotland. And as we go into next week, well, quite average temperatures, I'd say, into this period here. Easterly winds freshen again, and that does mean we pull in actually quite a cold air mass to end April. So you see what's happening here? There's quite a lot of cold air to our northeast and north, and to our east as well, but if we just get a bit of a southerly input to that, wind flow, then temperatures will rise in response, as we'll see on Wednesday. Now, early May looks cold, at least like cool and showery. We end up on my birthday at midnight, Monday, May 4th, oh my gosh, in quite a chilly, showery regime. Yeah, okay, so here's the last night's ECM. So yeah, right, high pressure again ridging over us tomorrow, Sunday, and into Monday, and eventually bringing in quite a chilly easterly airflow. Upper temperatures are quite cool. Tuesday's the same story. Wednesday though, well, because we get a more of a southerly component to the flow, we start to tap into the very northern edge of that warmer dome, and some naturally less cold air comes around here. So we also see the air stabilising. Notice Tuesday, right? We've got these cold temperatures aloft, about -2 to -3 Celsius. So a lot of showers can be seen with that instability. But into Wednesday and Thursday, we lose that, and we see more like a lot of sunshine, some high clouds due to the low pressure systems throughout our southwest, and some low cloud mist and fog coming in off the North Sea. Now, it's Friday. Well, we threaten to bring in. Now, Thursday on the ECM looks better because on the GFS the high pressure started to move away by this point, but on the ECM it's not. It's still over us. And the sun's quite strong, so heat will generate warmth at least. As we go into the weekend, a very touch and go, but I think that we stay quite warm, I think, with this until next Monday, where we start to threaten the northerly. This morning's midnight run looks like this, so again, quite chilly into the start of the week. Thursday looks like it's staying quite warm with that southeasterly touch of the winds. Quite warm next Saturday, and it stays with us Sunday. Here's the UK Met run. So it's again high pressure coming in over the country, going to our north, and easterly winds pick up by Tuesday. Quite cold, quite unstable, but by Wednesday we see just the flow starts to shift into more of a southeasterly direction. The air has a more of a tracker for Europe, and that means that it has more time to warm up in the sun. Thursday, same sort of story. You see what's happening here. Just a subtle change in that orientation of the high pressure. We actually get the plus 10 Celsius isotherm into southern England by Friday at midnight. So you can see what's happening here. And actually next Saturday, it looks like the high pressure is staying in a place that keeps us, really, really quite warm by that point. Temperatures by day, you're looking at high teens, and I wouldn't be surprised if you got into the 20s in reality. Just because it's far out, it's having trouble forecasting those high temperatures. Anyway, arpege, well, not the arpege, GEM. I've been going for so long, it feels like I'm at the end. Right, so GEM, easterly winds, again, getting milder through the week as the high pressure changes position. Also starting to lighten as well, as we see a reduction in the gradient between pressure patterns there. And, well, into next weekend, maybe starting to threaten some cooler air into eastern England, but I think that's still quite mild and warm. And we end up by April 28th. Getting cooler, I think, as we are on the colder side of the ridge, starting to bring in a more of a northeasterly icon. So you see what's happening. It's so sensitive. It's very sensitive. It's very sensitive to the exact parameters. Right. So icon, cold air Tuesday, some showers in the flow. I can see. And Wednesday, Thursday, still quite gusty, but winds shifting into the southeast. Some rain threatening the south. And some warmer air starting to possibly push in as well. And it does succeed on a more southeasterly airflow by Thursday. And, well, by next Saturday, I think we're still miles, warm, and yeah, we are. Temperatures by 12 p.m. next Saturday, yeah, they're properly miles. Arpege to end us off after this very complex video. Yeah, so we see high pressure once again to our north by Tuesday. Gusty easterly winds. Yeah, gusty winds. I think that's actually a key feature of the midweek period. Winds will be quite strong. And by Wednesday, we're starting to possibly tap into that warmer area down to our south. The arpege are a bit slower, I think, with it though. But yeah, it's looking drier, definitely. Bit breezy at times. It's been feeling especially cold on the eastern coast, on the exposed coastlines. And overall, right, quick summary. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, cool, breezy on the east coast, especially. Some showers around. By Wednesday, fewer showers, more sunshine, and that trend starts to become the dominant theme Thursday, Friday, and probably also into the weekend. So yeah, it's just high pressure and it's different orientations that make all the difference here. Everyone, thanks for watching. Thank you for your patience if you've lasted this far, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.